Bonjour et bienvenue. Welcome back to Kate's portion of the Feminist Philly YouTube channel. So today, as per request, I am going to be doing 3 rants in one video. Hopefully, if this all works out well. It's going to be a rant on pro-life versus pro-choice, or the abortion debate, one on Islamophobia, and one on politics in the 2016 USA presidential election. Starting with abortion. There are 2 sides to the debate. Most conservatives take the side of pro-life, and most liberals take the side of pro-choice. Pro-lifers are saying, well, if there's a fetus in the womb, then the fetus has got to come out because the fetus has life, hence pro-life, because they think that all possible human lives matter. And on the pro-choice side, they say the woman or the person with the uterus who might have a baby deserves to have the choice whether they want to have a baby or not. Personally, I am on the pro-choice side because I think that people should be able to decide what they want to do with their own body. I do have some friends who are pro-life, and it's just a mess every time I talk to them about it, because they're like, God said you should have the baby, and I'm like, it's not a baby yet, it's a fetus. Conservatives are saying, like, are you sure it's just a fetus? Doesn't it have brain activity? Doesn't it have a heartbeat? I'm like, yeah, it does after, like, I don't know, 2 months? Hang on, let me look it up right now. When can a person hear the fetus's heartbeat?
Let me check that. Here's what I found on the web for us.
My Siri is British. Don't mind me. Just anti-abortion, hooray, hooray. 6 to 7 weeks into pregnancy, but could be as late as 12 weeks. So I think that's about, it's not 2 months yet, it's like a month and a half. Most people are getting their abortions within the first week after conception, so there's no real reason for the heartbeat of the fetus to be like a real debate, like an argument. This shouldn't be an argument. And I'm just saying that, so that's kind of disproving a pro-life standpoint, and to prove my pro-choice standpoint, I would have to say that if you, I'm addressing you now, if you wanted to have a baby, go right ahead. Get pregnant if you have a uterus, that'll work, and you'll have a great time, I'm sure, if you're a good parent. But if you don't want to have a baby, you don't need to have a baby. Because do you know how many kids there are out there with bad parents? Parents who are always calling their kids worthless, saying they wish they didn't have them. Well, I don't think anybody really wants to be raised in that environment. And then you'll say, oh, well, adoption's always an option. Okay, but at the same time, if you're not letting gay couples adopt the kids, where are the kids going? If you have the possibility of being pregnant, and you don't want to be pregnant, you shouldn't have to be pregnant. It's really just that simple. That's the end of my abortion rant. Now, Islamophobia. Start with the basics. The word Islam means peace. There is terrorism in all religions. For Christianity, you have the KKK. For Judaism, I'm not entirely sure, but there's got to be something. For Islam, which is Muslim people, we have ISIS, and I think we had Al-Qaeda. Yes, we had Al-Qaeda. And ISIS is the number 1 threat at the moment. And then if we go back for Christians in World War II, 1940s, 50s, I think, no, 1940s for Christians, they had the Nazis, and you all thought that was a great idea at the time, but I mean, do you know how that turned out? Not all Christians, I'm sure, were on the side of the Nazis during World War II. And right now, not all Muslims are on the side of ISIS. Most Muslims are thinking, wow, these people, these extremists, are ruining any chance we have to function in society because they're installing fear into the eyes of everybody who's not Muslim. And even some people who are Muslim are afraid of what's going to happen to them as a result of these extremists who are literally ruining the lives of most people right now, if you are familiar, if terrorism has in any way affected you. Personally, living in New York, we had 9/11 in like 15 years ago, but I mean, it's still like you can't talk about it now because it's still like a big deal. You talk about it in school in September, and that's it. I'm hoping sincerely with all my heart that what happened in Germany is going to happen in like Iran, Afghanistan, Iraq, Pakistan, all those places. Because in Germany now, Nazism is illegal. If there is a woman out there wearing a hijab, don't you dare call her a terrorist. Don't you dare. Oh my god. I was even, in my introduction video, I have the story in there about someone, I don't even wear a hijab in school, but all he had to know was that I'm Muslim, well, I was Muslim, and I'm from Iran, my parents are from Iran, and he's like, oh, she's a terrorist. These people, these ignorant white people. So, I think the main point I have to make here is, don't be a jerk. If I was black right now, I should not be afraid of all white people, because not all white people are in the KKK, and not all white people are going to come after me because I'm black, which I'm not black, you can see. I'm brown. But, so why are white people saying, all Muslims are terrorists, and they're all going to kill us and our children? It's like, I have one thing to say to that. You're an idiot. Rant 3. I've been watching a lot of CNN lately, which is always a bad idea. We're going to start with the Democratic side, because I'm a Democrat. I'm a Democrat. So, Obama has been great presidency, great run. It's been a really fun 8 years. And now it's time for a new guy, or a girl. Hopefully not, though. I'm rooting for a guy here. So, CNN is saying, wow, Hillary Clinton doesn't have the support of female voters. I wonder why not. She's a female, so all the females should vote for her. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Just because we have the same gender identity up here does not mean we have to vote for her. I can't vote because I'm not old enough. But if I could vote, I would not be voting for Hillary. She is not a good choice. She is not a good candidate. I'm not going to go into all the details of all the candidates right now, but the reason I would be voting for Bernie if I could, I don't care if he's a white guy. I'm going to vote for what's best for my country instead of just going with a person who will have some representation. Like, if you want representation, here's the thing. Bernie Sanders will be the first Jewish president. Is that good enough for you? Like, if you want some representation in government. Like, I don't know. The reason Bernie has the young vote, the young popular vote, and not Hillary, is because young people are not stupid. We know what we're doing. We watch TV too. We can read too. We go going to school for this stuff. We're probably more educated than some of the adults. So we know what we're doing. We know what we're thinking. We know what we're saying. And we don't like just go with whatever our parents are telling us to. Young people can do their own research, because we know what we're doing with technology. Young people are able to discover who the best candidate is, and that's Bernie Sanders. Now let's move on to the Republican side. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. No. Let's go. Frontrunner Donald Trump, the D-bag. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's start with his daughter, which is disgusting. He said in interviews that he thinks his daughter is beautiful. Okay, that's nice. But he also said that if he could, he would have sex with his daughter. Donald. Buddy. Not buddy. What are you saying? Okay, we've got the stupid wall with the Mexicans. It's like, you can't force Mexico to pay for the wall and then have them build it so that they can't enter the country. I mean, they've got helicopters and stuff, like, come on. And also he's racist because of that, because not all Mexicans are whatever he thinks they are, like drug dealers. I don't know what he's thinking in that stupid brain of his. And then he wants to deport all the Muslims. I mean, you want to deport Zayn Malik, go right ahead. You're going to have a war on your hands. He wants to, he's sexist. He thinks females aren't as good as men, which is racist, like homophobic, because he doesn't think gay people should have rights, or whatever that idiot has said coming out of his mouth. I was watching the debates, one of the Republican debates, and one of the people who were asking the questions was a female. And whenever she would ask them questions, Donald wouldn't let her finish. She would be like saying, "What do you think of immigration?" And he's like, "Okay, let me start by saying," "I'm not done with the question, Mr. Trump." Okay, that's not important. Women are like half of society. If you want to dump that on all the women and you're somehow still winning, I don't know how that works. I'm guessing it's just off of like Wall Street or something, because all you have money. You don't have ethics. Let's move on to Ted Cruz. Extremely scary if he would win. Because, okay, great, more representation. He would be the first Hispanic president, which is, I guess, good in a way, but not good because it's Ted Cruz. He vows to ban abortion in all cases if elected president. He thinks Hillary Clinton should get a spanking. You're disgusting, Ted Cruz. He supports any effort to defund Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood is a good company, because they are helping people get abortions and get their birth control. If we didn't have that, you would be in such a mess right now, because we'd have more overpopulation than we already do. He thinks minimum wage hurts people. Just because you're rich doesn't mean everybody else is rich. Douchebag. He actually joked about beating his wife. Why is he getting votes? Has America just lost all the intelligence that they had from the beginning? Like, we didn't have much, and now even that's gone too? Basically what I'm saying here in this whole rant is, America, get yourself together. Thank you. I'm Kate. All the links will be in the description below. I love you and goodbye.